Well, still Friday. So Jenny has now left off to Kansas McPherson College. So right now it's about 9 o'clock right now, and yeah, they left around right before dusk. So 7 o'clock, 7:30 they left, and they decided to take a U-Haul truck, a 26-foot truck, or take a 20-foot. But the price for a 26 was the same, and they kind of needed it because he says, "Can I have Jenny's old tires, 32-inch tires?" Sure. Chip in an extra few $100. Okay, deal. So you need some rollers for the shop once they're back. So right now that's on his CJ5 tires. So that works. So he got extra tires, F head, two dry shafts, and a bunch of other parts, and Jenny. We did work on Jenny in here to get it prepped to drive back to Kansas, but his friend is just tired out, doesn't really want to drive back, and they have to be back at the school Sunday night to go to class, college class on Monday. So it's like today's Friday night. They'll probably make it here to somewhere in Ohio, and then might have an issue or something, and it's like you break down, call Uber, then go to U-Haul, wait in the morning till they open up, and then get a thing, and then you gotta load it. And then the way we loaded it here was perfect. But elsewhere, you're on asphalt trying to load 3 feet high with one ramp, not two. And so my hill I have here is perfect. Back up had 1 foot ramp, we're good. And the Jeep truck fits perfectly. Six inches per side inside of the van, fits perfectly inside. No problems. And then for tie downs, sketchy, but they do it fine. Do it. I just tell Louise for the back of the Jeep, tie the back drawbar to the back bumper of the U-Haul. The strap could fit underneath the back of the door, which they did. That worked perfectly. So at least one of my ideas I now trust, but the rest I don't trust. But the big thing is though, so that's the back door of the van for say 26 foot long. Then you have the two humps for the wheel wells, the big dual tires on the van. That's a Ford F350. Not three, it's 650. So wheel wells. Then you have the front of the truck, and Jenny fits right on the other side of the hump, the bumper on the wall. Perfect fit. Bumper's got a few inches of spare, but so I would use these as chocks. The wheel wells about 6 inches tall, so Jenny's all the way up to the back of it. Then the straps pull more, so it's got resistance. Can't go backwards now, but the front end's got some light duty straps for them working kind of hard. So there's that fight. I'm worried about the front, but at least they can't slide forward at least. And then out back, so Jenny's back bumper. They put the F head on a skid. It's pretty heavy, 400-pound motor on the skid. And that should hold, but it may rock and move. So I said, you need more straps. Next stop, get straps for the motor. The next two, all around the motor, we put tires. So he took all 6 tires. So I had 4 on wheels and 1 for spare. Then I had 1 more without the rim. It's like, take them all. He says, it's gonna have Jenny's 33 Swampers. That's like, do you really want Swampers? No. The 32s are plenty. So, plus I said, you can have the 32s for a better deal because they're dry rotted. No one wants them for their daily driver. Just for me as an off-roader, I really didn't care. For 2 years of owning, they never went low in air at all. So it's like, I trust them, use them. But these ones I'm gonna sell. So I'm gonna sell these wheels off, as well as rock plates off Jenny. I'm gonna keep for the Deuce once I convert it to 12-volt inverter. So it's still a 24-volt system. And then my GRMS radio, I have plenty of space, so I'll install that. But I still want to get an old school Trekker CB to have for trekking use. So yeah, that's all that. But for Dad, hey Dad, you get the whole entire garage to yourself this winter, finally. No more Jeeps in the garage. So his truck can park here nicely. The tractor can park here nicely. The only thing I had planned in the shop to work on is this chop saw needs to be restored, nice and painted, the wiring redone. So that's all I have planned this winter to work out here for. Then the deuce and a half, the tailgate, it's bent. I can use probably as is right now, put the tailgate down, use my forks of the tractor to help bend it back. That's the idea. And then there's wood boards for your side benches. That's easy fix. My neighbor woodworker got those fixed. So that's what I got in plan. But the big thing for the deuce is the transmission. Getting it here, 1,100 miles, no problem. The last 100 miles of the trip from Cleveland, Ohio to Erie, that's about 2 hours, starting to have problems. So I've been in fifth gear the whole entire time on the road trip. It's top speed with overdrive. It's topped out. And so he says, I think the transmission needed a break. So I did stop in Cincinnati and also stop somewhere else for about 3 hours rest period. To get 2 long 3-hour rest periods the whole trip. 26 hours total. So that's that. But yeah, through Cleveland, starting to hit some hills back towards Erie. And yeah, it started to not slip or anything. It never popped out, but you definitely hear some noise. Even at sitting idle. So it's idling in neutral, you can still hear the noise. He says, I think a tooth has been chipped because it got so hot. Or oil's not getting slung around too much. Something like that. He says, whatever it comes to, you get it fixed or you just buy a new transmission refurbished or something. It's going to need an overhaul anyway. So I'll cover the cost. Labor and parts. So I contacted my friend that owns a nice trekking shop up the road, and he said, I won't do it. Even though he's owned Oshkosh and he's owned trucks before, he don't want to touch it. So there's that. So that's the only friend I have for trekking around here. I have diesel mechanics, but it's a transmission problem. And the easiest way to pull this out is to pull the seats out, the hardtop off, and lift it out with the backhoe. That's our easiest way to remove it and work on it. But yeah, it still drives. Like he said, you could drive the work, no problem with it, and such. Just to make some noise. I'd probably make sure the oil was topped off. But yeah, that's the only major problem is that there is an air leak underneath the dashboard, and he thinks it's just where it connects where that red light is, or the buzzer noise maker. Make sure you have enough air pressure. That's where the leak is. So that's that. So air leak. The transmission are the top 2 currently on the list. High beam, one of the light bulbs does not work on high beam only. Works on low beam, no problem. So there's that. The passenger side door, you could shut it, but you can't open it from the outside. So there's that problem. The seat needs reupholstered for the cushion on the bottom for the driver's side. Not a big deal. That's the major stuff. Tire wise, front tires are good. Back tires are pretty rounded, smooth. There's not much tread for like in the mud. So I'm good, but definitely I could probably make it down toward Butler and back, no problem, in June. But I'm gonna say to myself, probably midsummer next year, I definitely want to start hunting myself down some super single wheels. And then tires, as much as I want the 42-inch stall tires, I'm cool with the same stock tire size they are, 20-inch wheel by wherever the stock height is on duals. But instead of running dual tires, run super single wide wheels and run the same height in tires, just a lot more mud type tire, all terrains. More like the modern semi-trucks have for towing in dirt at mine sites. So that's more I'm kind of leaning onto. So yeah. That's my idea in tires right now. I always plans on bobbing it, which it might happen. He's giving the Bob Deuce conversion kit, but currently as it sits, I'm cool with the 6x6 look. I just want some better aggressive tires. So definitely want to add front hubs so they unlock so I can steer a little bit better and with manual steering. But it does come with power steering kit, just needs to be installed, and needs 2 new rubber hoses. And that's all I would need. So, yeah. That's all I got for you for that truck. And for Jenny. And Jenny's now gone. Now for the Deuce and a Half, what am I going to name the Deuce and a Half? Everyone calls it Deuce, 6x6, M35A2. There's different ways to name it. It needs a proper name. He's been calling it Deuce or calling it Hercules, which everyone calls it both that name. And for me, I still want to stick to the MASH TV show theme of names. So I did Hawkeye and Radar and such. And Klinger's my future Wrangler build someday. With the Wrangler, LS swap, all that someday. So I'm trying to choose what name. And right now, I don't know. I have down the 3 names chosen. One's a girl, so Houlihan. I like that one, being blue and white. It looks nice for the name, but the big beast of the vehicle, it should be a guy, not her. Second with that too, I don't really know how to spell her name without reading something. So there's that. So that's option 1. Option 2 is Major Charles from the character. Surgeon, he is. He likes classical music like I do. It's a perfect fit, I would say. It's nice and short and sweet, easy to spell. Major seems high rank, but in the Army, Colonel's higher rank. So that throws it off. I like Colonel T. Potter, high rank officer. I like it, but Major just sounds more better. So it's like Major Charles Houlihan, then Colonel T. Potter. That's the order I'm planning on going with. No, also another problem too. It's MASH is an Army TV show. This is a Army truck, but it's painted blue to be navy blue. And since I was in Sea Cadets, I'm going to go on a Blue Angels show every year. They're always in Cleveland doing an air show, so I'll bring the truck there at least once or twice. And the Sea Cadets are always there volunteering. So that's the plan of the truck. So I want to keep it Navy theme as well. So that's a challenge. So I'm not sure any good Navy names to use, or my old Sea Cadet unit. Find any people I remember that's would be a good fit for the truck. Probably one of my officers maybe, but that's maybe. And then as for license plates, now today I didn't get one, so I still have Jenny's plate. I have to keep it since he's hauling it there. Didn't need it. So I need a new plate for the truck. And so the notary, I got title transfer, but the title's still in my hand, and I never sent it because I said I need a plate. So all we need is your insurance to have the VIN number on a piece of paper with that policy number. So the Deuce has to be on the paper. I can't have Jenny's old insurance, even though I used my daily driver insurance through a different company. Just like they want me to have proof, hey, you have insurance at least on some vehicle in your name. Nope, this time they want it because I guess it's a big truck, it's a big Deuce. They want it already insured before I sign whatever. I already have this current insurance that was on Jenny, but it still is. I called them, they're all good. The Deuce is in their system. You called ahead, like unusual truck, took a while, but it's good. Price is $10,000 valuation, paying $250 a year, full coverage, full year. I can't beat that. Haggerty's $300-400 for my price. You get more benefits, but yeah, we could pay a little more. State Farm is like $400 every 6 months for the truck at liability only, and only valued at $8,000 or at the most I want to go with. So this current insurance for Jenny is perfect for the Deuce. Perfect. It's planned out. So I got to call them and submit pictures, which I already printed out, and the VIN tag and the miles and the hours. So we're all good. Notary's happy. Just got to get the insurance done, and they will give me a temporary plate for the truck so I can drive it immediately, and then my antique plate that will be customized maybe will arrive in about three months. So that's the plates and all. That's all I got for you. Now, as for extras of the truck, there's also a jerry can full of diesel in there that he had. So he's got that, but no jerry can holder. I have Jenny's old one right there, and then I have that jerry can full of ethanol-free 5 gallons of fuel. And I got 4 more cans up in the barn. So I need to get more mounts, find those. So yeah, I'm not going to shop parts for a while. I'm going to take a break, rest myself. I have a model airplane event this weekend going to Ohio, so I'm taking a nice rest. Track and sit. But I do want to find some battery disconnects to make life easier to disconnect the battery when it's not being used. 1, fix the air leak. 2, trying to find some cameras. Try to buy during Black Friday, reverse cameras, front camera, and then a 12-volt inverter. And then with an inverter, I can hook up my reverse lights off Jenny. These are excellent, $60 for rough country reverse lights. Very slim, low profile, easy to mount, easy wiring. So I'm gonna mount these on the truck for reverse lights. They're bright. So I have those hooked up. Yeah. And I need front shackles. Probably a new headlight as the high beam doesn't work. That's my current shopping list right now, but take a break. I have a whole nother month till I buy any parts. So, alrighty, that's all I got for you. It's a nice update. And I should really just stop doing update videos. They just post whenever I post. Don't put dates in. And Jenny's restored and done and gone. And the Deuce and Half does not need restored. It needs some touch-ups on paint. It needs some few parts fixed, but it does not need a full-blown restoration. There is no rust. So that's the good thing. So I'm probably gonna take it easy on YouTube. Anyway, but I do have lots of content of them staying here. He didn't take any pictures. Like, we're in the workshop working on the Jeep. Did not take a single picture of the Jeep, like, till we actually pulled it out of the garage. Like, anyway, I got a few. His camera's better. He's got better focus, and we also, both of us have Olive Drive Designs hats with our Jeep logos on top. So he's got his Jeepster, and I got my truck hat. So when you park both the Deuce and Jenny next to each other for a photo op, wasn't the best spot, but he chose that way. Fine. Both wearing our hats, took pictures of ourselves, and then put both our hats on each other's trucks, and then nice up close shots for Olive Drive Designs, marketing. So yeah, that's good enough. Long enough video. So time to go in. All right, thanks for watching, listening.